This video, all about new legend Sparrow in Apex Season 25. Sparrow is one of the best legends for people with a balanced playstyle, where you kind of play defensive but not too defensive, and you play aggressive but not too aggressive. That perfect middle ground, which is not where I play. I would say I'm overly aggressive at times, but so Sparrow isn't really a legend suited to me, and you can kind of see that by the fact that I didn't really win any of the games that this footage is from. But Sparrow's a new legend, and I wanted to get this out for you guys as soon as possible. Sparrow's abilities, are really useful in combination, and you have most likely seen lineups. Say you have a beacon over here, you can do this, shoot it over something. I do not know those, nor do I intend to learn them, because I'm not a Sparrow player. I am a fragger / IGL, so I would not have any reason for learning them, other than just to troll, professionally troll. But for people who intend to main Sparrow, very useful to learn. You'll probably find a sword, I don't know if it's pronounced this way, but dazs, D-A-Z-S, search him up, amazing advice. A lot of the tips I give out, I learned from him. So definitely check him out. He will probably have some line of thought to you. But three core abilities, as per usual legend. You got the double jump, which you can kind of use in combination with a different version of it, where if you climb up a wall, you get a free double jump to get on top of it, to finish kind of faster. So what you can do is you can redirect with your normal double jump, and that's really useful. But otherwise, not much of a use. But what is useful is, as I've just explained, Sparrow has the recon passive, and if you combine it with the tactical, which is a tracker dart, I'll show it here. Any enemies that come close, they get tracked by, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a purple and blue haze that follows them, so you can see their movement through walls. I'll go down here so you can see it better. Yeah, you can see it better now, but that kind of shows you where they're moving. Not in very, very good detail, and it's only there for about 10 seconds, but, it is very useful information. But also, when you look away, it shows which direction, roughly. So, you can use it to block off flanks, after a fight or during a fight, if you're smart. But the main use for it that makes Sparrow so busted is scanning the beacon. Because you can get lineups where, over here, over amount of boom, you have 1/3 of the zone finished. And base, you have 3 charges, so late enough zone, you can scan the entire zone if you're lucky. Which is information nobody should have. So obviously every pro is going to be using Sparrow, right? But yeah, Sparrow is going to be used in high ranked, and you guys should definitely use her if you want to get higher. Use him if you want to get higher ranked, because that is such a useful amount of information to have. Knowing where everyone is gives you so much information for rotations, combined with a controller legend, next zone, who's in it. So you have so much power, right? And that is what makes Sparrow so busted and so overpowered, alongside a specific perk you can combine with Sparrow's ultimate, which is this. It is kind of the bow. You shoot it, takes away the enemies, right? And one of the perks, the one I have here, lets you regen health and shield, which is really useful because I'm apryze, APRYZE, search him up, had a clip that I saw, that's where I learned it from, went the entirety of a thermite out regenning it so infinitesimally fast. So definitely make sure to use that. But all these combined make Sparrow a really, really good overall legend that will most likely get a nerf due to the lineups part, that you should definitely put on your team, your ranked team, any team outside of arenas, really, because arenas you could probably use Bloodhound and get way more use, if I'm being honest, because a lot of Sparrow's use comes from area denial and just general tactiveness. So yeah, roll the clips, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Recharging my shields. Nice. Only half the squads are left. Healing. Upgraded and ready. Enemy attack. They're shooting at me.
Okay, so it doesn't need to be right on top of it, but
Sending out the tracker dart.